Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, and you will be watching this on Wednesday, June 2nd. So happy June. It is the beginning of a new month. This is going to be about our challenge for June. I've got a very special side challenge for you guys, and we'll get to that at the end. If you're longtime viewers or subscribers of the channel, you know that we've been doing the listing challenge every month of 2021. We started this in January, and it started out that it was just a listing challenge. We were all going to make goals and challenge ourselves to do X amount of listings a week, a day, a month, however you wanted to set your goals up. And then to hold ourselves accountable, we were checking in on videos and the comments, and there's always a weekly thread in our Facebook group. If you're not a member, it is called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You can look for that right on Facebook or use the link down below. It's a free group to join. It's full of really great members from the reselling community and chock full of really good information for new sellers and seasoned sellers alike. But in the announcement section of that group, there's always a thread for the challenge. And I update it every week so everyone gets a chance to check in with where they're at. If they need to adjust their goals, they can up them if they need to. If whatever they challenge themselves to do was becoming too easy. And if things in life are getting in the way, you could always lower your goals. And it gave you a chance to share with other sellers how things are going, cheer each other on, and hold each other accountable. As the year went on, that listing challenge became more than just listing. Folks started to challenge themselves to get through their death piles, to have sourcing goals, to starting bullet journals, to maybe starting other streams of income and cross-posting. So I kept calling it the listing challenge every month, but it did kind of evolve over time into just one great big challenge of people just trying to accomplish more and be more and challenge themselves to make more money, make more platforms. It was actually kind of cool to see it evolve. We're still going to call it the listing challenge though, because at the basis of it, it is meant to be a listing challenge. But you can challenge yourself to do anything you want within the reselling world or your own business. There really is no rules to this. You just kind of pick a goal you want to do for the month. You tell the world about it, and once a week you check in, and you can change them, add whatever along the way. So for the month of June, we're still going to do the normal challenge, you guys. Think back, if you've been doing this for a while, think back to the goals that you've been setting all the months up till now. And if you were able to accomplish those, were they easy enough that maybe you can do a little bit more in June? Or were they too hard? Because sometimes we set lofty goals for ourselves and then we realize, I can't possibly do this much in a day. And we all have different responsibilities in lives, and I talk about that a lot. But you can't do more than what the hours in the day allow you to do. If you're not accomplishing your goals because you are farting around and wasting time on Netflix, movies, just being lazy and not working, that's on you, and you need to get your butt in gear and you need to meet your goals. But if you're not meeting them because of things outside of your control, then you need to just adjust them down. So if you've been doing this challenge at all for this year, if you've been doing it since January or you joined last week or last month, just think about what your last goal was or all your goals along the way and how easy or not that they were to meet, and then, make June's goal accordingly. But there's going to be a special extra challenge in the month of June. June is the 6th month of the year. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But we're halfway through the year. We're halfway through 2021. Can you believe it? So being that it's halfway through the year and for 6 months we've been chucking along and doing our goals, we're coming into the summer slowdown when I know it's really hard for a lot of people to stay motivated and stay active. sometimes when sales are slow. I wanted to challenge, not pick. I wanted to challenge you guys to do something extra this month to keep you going, to keep you motivated, to get you through this summer slump and into June, which begins Q3, and then we can all start ramping up for Q4. So I want everyone to pick a listing challenge for this month. It can be on any platform where you list, and it can even be just cross-posting. You could have a cross-posting goal if you're starting to branch out into other platforms. But there's a very special resellers challenge this month I want to extend to everyone. I want you to pick one thing you've been avoiding and saying you're going to do and you never did, and I want you to do it. If you have a huge death pile that you've been looking at for 6 months or a year or weeks, and you keep saying you're going to tackle it and then you never have, I want you to tackle it. If your inventory is a hot mess and you don't really have a good system in place and it takes you hours to find something when it sells, I want you to challenge yourself to set up an inventory system for June. Whatever it is that you've been saying, I'm going to do. I'm going to clean my desk. I'm going to organize the shipping area. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to branch out and go on to Instagram. Just think of something you've been saying you're going to do or meaning to do, but have it and do it. Challenge yourself. And I don't want to hear any excuses about there is no time, because there is time. You just have to prioritize your time. I think a lot of us think we don't have the time to do something, but when you actually sit down and do it, it doesn't take as long as you think it would. You know, starting an Instagram, for instance, you can put up 1 or 2 posts a day. It takes a couple minutes. And you got to learn hashtags, but that's not hard. It doesn't take long. Cross-posting, if you're doing them manually, they're still pretty fast, especially if you're going from eBay to another platform. Other platforms aren't as extensive and don't have as much information that you need to put in, and it's easier to list on other platforms. So just think of it that way. You can find 10 or 15 minutes extra a day, 10 or 15 minutes to work on something big or small, but just something you've been avoiding. If you've been saying you're going to do it and you've been walking around it or ignoring it or just not doing it, I want you to do it. So pick one thing that you are going to do and commit to it. Let me know down in the comments what it is. Go join the Facebook group and go on the June challenge and say what it is. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what your listing goals are, and I want to know what your challenges are for yourself. Now, I always tell you guys that I don't challenge you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, but there's really nothing left for me to do. We are getting ready to move, as most of you know, in a couple of months across the country to Florida. And so we have been spending the last few months tackling all of the I don't wannas. I've gotten through all of the piles of the giant plush, the electronic plush, the shoes. We've gone through all of our inventory. We know what wasn't listed. We were able to put it back up or donate it. We've packed up everything in our house that we don't use on a daily basis. There's like nothing left for us to do. We've literally done this challenge that I'm challenging you guys to for the month of June for the last 2 months. We are down to inventory that we know we actually want to list. We've donated everything else. We've cleaned the poop out of our store. I don't have any more I don't want to. Even the shoes are done, you guys, and you know I hate shoes. So I'm just going to do a listing challenge in the month of June. We kind of were backing off on listing just a little bit the last couple of months because we were so busy going through the back end, the inventory, the death piles, the I don't want us, and getting donations out of here. So my goal for June is to get back up to where I used to be. So I want to list 10 new items a day on eBay and cross-post a minimum of 10 to Poshmark and 5 to Mercari. And hopefully I can do more like 20 and 10 because it's super easy to cross post with List Perfectly, which is what I use. If you want to try it out, there's a code in the box below you can use to try your first month for 30% off. It's a really great tool. So actually I'm going through my Poshmark and my Mercari right now and fixing photos and double checking that things have not sold somewhere else and are still there. And so that'll be my big thing, I guess, for June, because I was putting that off for a while. I'm almost done with Poshmark, and then I got to do Mercari. So that'll be mine. I'm going to finish cleaning up my closet and my Mercari listings, and then I will get back up to listing 10 per day and cross-posting minimum of 10 Poshmark, 5 Mercari. And I want to go back to having more videos. I was down to doing 1 or 2 a week for a little while there. But we're at this kind of lull where we've got everything done that we can possibly get done to prepare and be ready to move, except for the stuff that we actually need out that we use every day. And we're not leaving for another 6.5 weeks, 7 weeks. So in that time, I can do all of this until it's time to get everything else packed up and leave. So I'll do the challenge with you guys. Let me know what you're doing. Join the Facebook group. Make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave. Super duper helps the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already. And go be productive. Go challenge yourself to do something this month, guys. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.